Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it's a lazy Sunday. I just got out of bed and I realized it's 5:30 or something outside. This is because I just got over with my theory paper of my pre-unis, that is pre-university exams. This is like pre-boards, alright? And I have my practicals in 3 more days. So basically I have a 3-day holiday after this. So right after the exam, I decided to chill out for a day and then I'll start studying by tomorrow. Now I'm making this video because I sat down to sketch out my schedule for the final exams, and I realized I really hadn't made any YouTube videos in the past 1 month. So I was like, why not? Let me just sit and make my schedule, and as I make it, let me talk to you about how I prepare schedules and give you some tips and tricks in case you need it. So what I realized is when it comes to big exams wherein you have like 20 days to prepare, for example me, I have time from 2nd to 20th of only holidays. You usually tend to not make a proper schedule and then you regret wasting time later. So I don't want to do that now. I really want to make a proper schedule so that I stick to something and I get stuff done. So before I go into schedule making, some general tips for you is in case there are any revision classes, please do attend those, because not only do you learn more, you also realize how much you already know, and that is very important as a confidence booster for you. Another thing I'm trying to achieve from this schedule is a good discipline, healthy amount of breaks, and in general I want this to be a positive effect on my physical and mental health. So ensuring that, I'm going to try making a schedule that is inclusive of the entire first year syllabus, which is very hard, but let's go for it. Another thing about schedules is that it's different for each person. So if a schedule works for me, it might not necessarily work for you, because I'm going to make it according to what I already know. So for example, I feel I'm really good at biochemistry, so I wouldn't invest much time in it. Instead, I'll invest more time in physiology and anatomy. But that might not be the same case for everyone. So according to you and your needs and your daily activities, you should make your own timetable. I really hope this video helps you in building that kind of timetable. So here I have my syllabus open. Let me just play some songs for the vibes. And water bottle, because this thing is going to be a taxing task. I'll probably take half an hour for making this. Yeah, YouTube ad is playing. I have time from 3rd onwards till 20th, right? So what I was thinking is that from 13th to 20th, I will only do papers. That I will do question answers and try to answer them on my own, try to do diagrams on my own and learn. So that'll probably give me an edge in terms of writing the paper. So another thing that hit me is that most times you study for gaining knowledge, right? Throughout the year you just study for gaining knowledge. But when it comes to exams, unfortunately you'll have to study for marks. But if it doesn't matter to you, then it's totally up to you. But in case you want to score well, then you'll have to do some kind of smart studies, especially, not especially, I think only before exams. Before that, please try to study everything. Please try to absorb as much knowledge as you can so that it becomes easier for you to study for the exam. So my plan for 13th to 20th is set. So what I was thinking is that I'll go backwards. 13th I'll do papers for the last exam, which is biochem. So that way I can go from backwards to forwards and I won't get bored of reading the same stuff again and again. You need to understand how my day is, right, before I get into the schedule. So since it's just holidays, all I do is wake up at 8:30, go for breakfast, and as soon as breakfast is done, I go to the library, take a lunch break at around 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, and then I sit in the library till dinner, take a dinner break for an hour, walk around the campus, come back to the library and sit there till 11:30. And I try to limit my study only during the library hours so that I get enough sleep in the night. But most of the times it doesn't happen, because when I go to the library, the breaks I take are not very inclusive of what I want to do in the entire day. For example, I take singing breaks. I really can't sing in the library, right? So what I do is I come back to my room and then spend time on singing and doing other activities like exercise. But honestly, the issue is that I can't study in my room. I get very distracted. So it's important for you to also set your study environment. For me, it's the library, and I'm really going to try to get max sleep, because you know what I did in the previous exam, the exams that just got over. I overburdened myself. I ended up sleeping at 2 every day and waking up at 8:30. Though that's good enough sleep according to a lot of people, I think that I needed more rest for me to write the exam, because sometimes it also led me skipping breakfast, which is not right. So I'm gonna make sure I don't skip breakfast, and I'm gonna make sure I sleep on time and at least get 6.5 or 7 hours of sleep. Because if I burn myself out now, then I will not have any energy physically or mentally during the exams, which is way more important than before the exam. Because during the exam, having a fresh mind helps you write the paper, which is basically 90% of the marks that you get. So I was thinking that on 3rd December, I'll do topics that I'm completely unsure of, the topics that were taught very recently and couldn't revise much. So I think I'll be doing reproductive and endocrine physiology, and also reproductive anatomy, because I don't know that at all. And secondly, on 4th and on the other weekends, I'm going to completely dedicate it to histology and embryology. A lot of people make the mistake of taking histology and embryology lightly, but you should understand that histo and embryo, first of all, not only is it interesting, embryo especially, it's also very scoring, because I'm telling you, half of the paper comes from histo and embryo. So I will spend time trying to perfect those two topics, because they're easy, they have less syllabus, and they're scoring. So why not? Make sure you have a list of the topics, number one, that you know very well, because you can emphasize on them and make them better and write better answers. Number two is make sure that you know the topics which have lesser syllabus but come for greater marks. And the third category is for people who think they have the amount of time to focus on such topics which they have no idea upon. For example, me, I feel I have enough time to emphasize on topics that I haven't studied as much. And this is because I have made sure that I study every day since day one. And I've been emphasizing on this ever since I started making YouTube videos. So guys, please start studying early, start studying from day one. Also, I was just calculating my study hours, and I realized that if I actually stick to a general schedule, I'll be able to get, I think, at least 8 hours of study every day, and I think that's good enough. I don't want to go below 5, but I don't want to exceed above 10, because I feel that's a bit too much and that'll drain me out, definitely drain me out. So please keep a cap on everything. Keep a cap on everything. Actually, keep a cap on studies, keep a cap on the number of hours you spend on breaks. For example, my cap time for meals, see, meals and food is the only time I get to spend with my friends. And I have kept a cap time of 1 hour for myself. That is, I can only spend 1 hour on lunch, probably 1 hour 15 minutes or 1.5 hour on dinner. But other than that, I'm not going to spend any more on meals. And breakfast though, I think probably 20 minutes to half an hour max. So once you have a cap time, regardless of what you're doing, you need to get up and stop doing what you're doing. Okay, so I have made another little analysis about how my schedule should be. I realized that I need to put in a lot of time for anatomy and physiology, and not just the kind of time I spend during exams. I want to read everything properly. I want to read each and every line through Guyton. It's a huge book, but that's the only book I've been reading. So I'm gonna be having a week that is from, I think, 5th till 13th. So I'll do 3 days of anatomy and 3 days of physiology, because biochem, even if I study it one day before the paper, I know I can write well. I'm going to divide the topics such that, I'll give you an example. So on 5th, I plan to do CVS, blood, general, and nerve muscle physio. Okay, all of this is stuff I've revised like 4 times, 5 times, but that's why I'll probably get done early. And on 6th, I will do the corresponding anatomy for it. That is, I'll do heart, lung, thorax anatomy, I'll do the blood vessels, etc. ki anatomy. This will probably help me correlate better and understand these topics better. Finally, let me talk about a few things that can help you concentrate, because it's really hard spending hours and hours on study, especially when you have study break, preparatory leave, right? So, my first concentration strategy is going to the library, obviously. Other stuff that I do is once I'm done with 3 chapters, I award myself a polo. So when I go to the library, I buy myself polo, right? And every time I do 1 chapter, I eat one polo. It really works for me for some reason. I feel like I deserve this polo right now. And the other thing is, there are a few study apps. I haven't tried out a lot of study apps till now, but I'm thinking of trying them out and making a review video very soon. So wait for it. And again, breaks. I've seen a lot of memes which are like, I study for 5 minutes, but then my breaks are like 3 hours. And at a point I did relate to that, but now I don't, because I have a cap time on my break too. And break doesn't mean you take a break and you pull out your phone and start swiping through reels, because that kind of break stresses me out even more, because I am sick of reels right now. I can't stop singing reel songs, man. So I realized that the right kind of breaks are no phone breaks, except when you actually have to check your phone. Because I am busy, I'm the CR, and a lot of people might have doubts, so I'll have to keep checking my phone and answering doubts. I would say keep breaks wherein you either talk to friends, have a small talk, or you go eat something, you have coffee or chai or anything. I usually have hot chocolate breaks, small ones. And during the hot chocolate breaks, I watch movies. I mean, that's technically phone too, but movies make me feel nice, man. Or the best thing is take a small sleep break. Keep an alarm, take a 5 minute or 10 minute sleep break, or take a hobby break. I would rather prefer singing when I'm taking a break, or I'd rather prefer doing exercise when I'm taking a break than scroll through my phone, because I'm getting a lot of work done at the same time. But yeah, sometimes you do need to chill out. It's fine to check your phone, it's fine to scroll through social media. But the thing is, it's fine doing it, but you can never really stop it, right? I salute the people who actually have the social media control. This should be a gross schedule. I don't mean like gross wala gross, but like, you get it, right? I haven't micro planned this. I haven't planned ki, oh no, is then I'm gonna do intratemporal fossa and this and that. I've only had a general plan. Your micro planning should only happen when you're on that particular day. Suppose this is 5th of December, right? I've woken up. I'm in the library right now. Now I will micro plan. Now I'll be like, I'll do these chapters before lunch, then I'll take a break. Then I'll do these chapters, then I'll take a break. Because if you micro plan now itself, you might not be able to fit in your expectations, because each and every day is different. Something might turn up that day. One of your friend's birthday, probably you'll have to spend in 1 hour in that. So the issue with that is that you already have a plan in your mind and you'll feel terrible breaking that particular plan. So it's important that you micro plan it on that day. Your short-term goal should be set on that particular day, but you need to have a long-term goal. And finally, the most important thing is a buffer day. You need to have a buffer day, because sometimes you might not be able to finish everything on your schedule on one day. That's when the topics that you haven't finished, you finish on your buffer day. I have one of these Sundays as my buffer day. So whichever topics I don't finish, I'll do it that day. If I don't have any topics left, then I'll just probably study for practicals or something maybe. I'd suggest limit your social activities right now, because they usually consume a lot of time. But if it's something important, see, because I would consider my best friend's birthday very important. So if it's something important, then make time for it. There's no harm in that, because you can definitely compensate for it in other ways. You can compensate it by studying a little more on some day. Because at the end of the day, what's more important than making a schedule and sticking to it is being in the right mental state to write an exam. And if you're not, then that is going to mess up your exam and your head. Finally, please don't keep any regrets. If you haven't followed your schedule, there's a reason why there are buffer days. There's a reason why it shouldn't be as tight as it seems. That is because once you start regretting, you start losing motivation to study at all. Don't lose your motivation to study, because these are the last few days. Any effort you put in will get you some or the other result. So I would just like to say, for anyone having exams right now, I hope you do well in them. I hope you study well. I hope you're satisfied with the amount you study. And that's about it. I think that's all I have to say today. I've made my schedule, I've made my video, and this is ek tir se do nishane wala situation. So, and obviously I won't be making a video after this for a quite long time because of exams, but mostly right after exams done, I'll be coming up with a fun video. I already thought about the topic, the stuff that I'm gonna say, and even what I'm gonna wear. Man, your girls planned everything. Anyways, all the best and good luck for all those who are waiting for their NEET counseling. Good luck for everyone writing their boards. And yes, bye. See you soon. I'm sorry, I had to credit. I'm sorry, I had to credit my friend for this. So when it comes to making schedules, my friend Adish, he is amazing. So all the tips I've told you right now, I'm telling you half of them are from him. So yes, thank you so much, Adi.